Good evening, everybody. Listen, welcome to the Royal London Theatre here in London, England, for tonight's main event. Scheduled for 12 rounds among heavyweights. We are looking forward to this fight, especially after seeing what happened at the weigh-in yesterday. That nearly resulted in a bout breaking out right there. Now they get to do it for real.
Okay, guys, we went over the rules in the dressing room. Let's touch gloves.
You got this. Just the opening round of 12 scheduled for tonight's bout. Couldn't hit the elusive target with that straight right. Missed the body shot. Boom your head. Halfway through round number one. A punishing punch by the Lion. Oh boy, he is stunned badly. He is staggered and hurt and could go down. Teddy, what do you got to be yelling for encouragement if you're the corner?
Well, if it was a baseball game, I'd be yelling for rain. Right now, I want this stopped. But what he has to really get is a way to clinch.
Very nice defensive guard there. Didn't get it done going to the body there. And now just wasting everybody's time holding on. Big shot he just scored with. Wow, crushing blow upstairs. Smith's going to have to pull himself together here. Now, he beat the count, but still a lot of work to do.
Yeah, a lot of work because he doesn't have the benefit of his legs. Can't move around there wobbly right now. So what he's got to do is grab on a little bit and walk. Walk to the ropes, kill some time, make the referee come in between you and break you.
Final 10 seconds of round number one. So he scores a knockdown in the last round. Now he gets to settle down and gather himself a bit. Do you go after it? Do you get super aggressive here having had your man hurt? Or do you still have to employ a certain amount of caution?
It's kind of like being at the carnival. You know, you just hit the bullseye and you got that big stuffed animal you can give to your wife or your girlfriend. But now he doesn't want you to go away with that.
Oh, no.
No. He tells you, wait a minute, try again. You could trade that in for something either bigger. But you might lose the one you have already. That's the question.
Smith's hope is for him to be steady on his feet and just survive at this point. Remember, that last round, he was down and nearly out.
Well, his hope is that his corner revived him during that minute rest, and also they gave him good advice, because the most important thing is don't let what happened the last round happen again. Correct what you did wrong.
Keeping his hands up, getting rid of his opponent's offense. by an uppercut. Good shot to the head with that right hand. The Lions on the bad end of a very impressive hook up top. Body shot lands. It was the right. That's a fierce left hand that landed by Smith. Smith's out there for another round after being knocked down in the last round. We know what happens in the 60 seconds with a fighter who was damaged, but what about those 60 seconds in the opposing corner, Teddy?
You know, Joe, that's a great question. And I remember my mentor, Cusamato, when we were training fighters, he used to always say, look, you know you're a banger, and this guy happens to be a banger. Well, if you hit a guy clean, you know you hurt him. But he's not going to show you. He's going to act like a pro. He's going to con you. He's going to act like that didn't hurt him. But you have to remember, hey, it hurt him. So go after him like he showed it, even if he's not showing it.
Well, you could see what he wanted to do there, but unable to land that body shot. The Lions left landing well. Takes a step back, then the counter punch by Smith.
Very similar to what you see Floyd Mayweather do. You know, make a miss, pull that shoulder back, and then come right back with the counter.
He got a lot into that uppercut. Nice work by the Lion. A solid, true uppercut by Smith. We count down the final moments of this round. You can almost see it just by the way a fighter sits down on their stool at the end of a round. As we come to the end of this round, you can tell that he's full of confidence and he can't wait to get right back out there and continue doing what he was doing.
Well, you're right. The first thing that I notice is his back's not leaning against the corner pad. You know, that's a defeated fighter. That's a fighter. He don't want to go back. Something bad happened to him. You know, he's leaning back like that. You have to pick him up from the stool. He's got all his weight forward. He can't wait to get going. You know that he's positive. You know that he had a good round.
Round number 3 is underway. Needs to improve that accuracy. Missed with the headshot. Good block. Oh, what a big hook to the head by the Lion.
Get him. Relax, relax.
Well, Teddy, you gotta like this because he's using that jab the way you like him to.
Especially when you're being aggressive. You walk in, you want to walk in where the guy can't see you coming. That jab blinds your opponent.
What a bulldozer by the Lion.
Focus.
Fires off the hook. Look at that. That's a stinging right hand by Smith. And you see what he can do when he sends that right to the head. Teddy, I don't think he's got visions of sticking around too long. He's landing power punches early.
Yeah, he wants to make it a quick night's work.
And coming upon the halfway mark of this 3-minute round.
Work the body, kid. Body shots.
And he's holding a sharp jab by Smith. He's committing to the work downstairs. He puts forth a right hand. Right hand crashes home. He never saw it coming. He should tie up. Boy, he was damaged, but now he's defending himself well. The Lions done a good job there, offensively scoring with that left hand.
Get in there, let's go.
Now he ties up there. Smith's got something to think about now. He just threw a punch and had one coming right back at him. His opponent scored well with the counter. He's showing what a skilled fighter he is with the counter punching.
Well, the old timers used to say when you're calm in there, when you're in control in there, you can make him do what you want. He made him tie his shoelaces right there.
I want to see that straight right. Throw the jab and then straight down the middle. Got that jab, right. Beautiful, beautiful, nice movement. Keep that
You don't
up.
need that, no, throw that away.
Listen, I'm not going to stand here and watch you take those shots. You understand me? Let's see some defense and more punches.
All we need is water up there.
You got to fight. You got to throw more.
You don't need that, no, throw that away.
The Lions enjoying a big lead here, up 3-0 on Teddy's scorecard, but even more important than that, he's already gotten to his man.
Yeah, he's hurt him in the body, and once he hurt him in the body, he flows upstairs, was able to go there.
Keep moving. Keep moving.
Good effective work with that straight right hand. The Lions done a really nice job of being able to land that back power hand. He's coming in with that straight punch and really scoring well.
Yeah, well, he's getting a little bit of help because his opponent keeps leading with hooks in front. The old timers would always say, don't lead with a hook from too far in front because the straight punch will find its way inside it.
Smith's effort has been admirable, but I don't think he's getting the results he would like to get here. He's tiring himself.
Yeah, what I think's starting to happen here, Joe, we saw him throwing a lot of punches, but not real effective punches. I'm wondering now, he's ahead right now in this part of the fight, but I'm wondering if he's getting discouraged because it didn't have the effect on his opponent he wanted it to.
Unable to score with the uppercut that time. Listen, everybody likes to see a great knockout shot to the chin, but truth be told, at this stage of a fight, the foundation for winning comes by going downstairs.
It's just like the old timers would say, Joe, you kill the body.
Just ate a big uppercut. He's in bad shape.
Time. You need to keep the head moving. Pace yourself.
Committing to the body work now. He lands the right hand.
Focus. Nice.
Frustrating his opponent with great defense. The Lions in a good rhythm defensively here. Teddy, what is that, a credit to his ability to anticipate?
You know, also, it's the teaching. Let's give the trainers credit. Of course, let's give his background of the amateurs credit, but he learned how to get away from punches. This is technique that was taught to him.
Missed the target with that hook. 10 clicks of the talk. So we come to the end of the round, and that was a round that was very productive for him. Now he heads back to his corner and they're going to try to repeat the success they just had, I'm sure.
Yes, he hurt his opponent there. He's going to want to go back to what he was doing and remember what set up those big shots.
Listen, I need to see more counter punches, okay? Whenever he misses, counter.
There you go.
So this round is underway, and what a difference a break makes for him. Look at how fresh he is to start this round after getting hit hard and rocked in that last round.
What a difference a rest makes when the corner knows how to take advantage of that rest. They got water on him, they revived him, they massaged his legs a little bit, gave him some encouragement, good to go.
Well, his opponent is opening up and coming forward, so I would think there are some opportunities that exist.
Yeah, I think some counter-punching opportunities. Opportunities not on the front end, but on the back end.
Back to the body. Keep moving.
Now hugging on the inside.
Uppercut.
The Lions well off the mark that time.
Keep moving. Keep moving.
Still plenty of time to work here in round number 5. Minute and a half to go.
Back to the body. Back to the body.
The Lions' right hand scores well that time.
Move.
Able to dismiss it. The Lions really impressing us here, defensively impressing us. I mean, it's so easy to say, wow, look at the punching, look at the power. But, Teddy, you got to appreciate what he's doing with defense.
Yeah, well, that's one of the reasons why you can say that you appreciate, you know, the aggression or the power and all these things. He can afford to be aggressive because he doesn't get hit.
Punch, punch.
They trade shots. He comes back with a right hand. End of the round is upon us, and we have a fighter in front of us who just looks gassed. He looks tired. Now, Teddy, what can he do to overcome that when this fight starts back up?
Well, first of all, this is where you search into those corners that you're not forced to search. Kind of like when you were a kid and your mother told you to clean your room and go into those little nooks and crannies where you never knew there was dirt. Now you got to start looking into nooks and crannies inside yourself, places you didn't know were there before. You better find them. You better find them quick.
You gotta watch the water in the corner.
Keep it simple, okay? Just keep it.
Good action throughout. We'll see if it keeps up in this round of what has been a very even fight.
Come on, get focused.
Takes one, but gives one. Good work by the Lion.
Looking good. Back to the body.
He is damaged badly. badly there. He may hit the floor. Oh, he's hurt right there. He is hurt.
Joe, in this kind of situation, it's kind of like a wounded animal.
Solid. Wow, is this good stuff? What good stuff? He just scored the knockdown after being knocked down earlier.
Joe, that's incredible. And the knockdown earlier actually set up this knockdown because his opponent, he got a little reckless, a little careless.
4, 5, 6.
So he is able to get up to his feet after that knockdown. But, Teddy, it's what's ahead that's the problem.
Yeah, we're getting a peek right now into his heart, into his soul.
Reaching the half point of round number 6.
Move your head. Keep doing what you're doing. Nice.
The Lion's been able to avoid having any of his opponent's headshots landing flush.
And what his opponent has to do, Joe, is make an adjustment. Well, we used to tell the fighters, when a guy's elusive like this fighter is right now, you have to shorten your punches up. Shorten them up a little bit, have less space to travel. They have a better chance of getting to that elusive target.
Focus.
Final 10 seconds of the 6th round. If there was a baseball umpire around, he'd call that a strikeout by Smith. Round comes to an end. We saw the knockdown there in that round. A little bit of a momentum gainer.
Yeah, obviously it gives you confidence, but you know what? It can also be a momentum killer, believe it or not.
How so?
Joe, I've had guys where the worst thing that happened to them in a fight was when they scored the knockdown because they thought it was just going to keep happening. And they thought about only the punch they landed, not how they set it up. So they got away from the game plan.
Side. Lean to the side, then boom. Counter punch.
Over the hump, the back end of the fight now begins. Took a go of it to the body, but came up empty. Protecting his head well with his guard. Blocks that punch. And now he brings the left hand upstairs. A nice block by Smith.
Movement. Keep that head moving. You're doing right. Left and right.
At the halfway point of round 7.
Just like that. Just like that. Yeah.
Staying away from those headshots with his defense up top. The Lions thinking defense first right now, Teddy. I mean, you can just see it in him. He's thinking strictly, hey, what happened earlier, I don't want that to happen again.
And that's what his opponent wants him to think. So that's all you need to know, that you can't think that way, especially since that's not his style. Joe, if he was a counterpuncher, it'd be okay. You know, your defense creates offense when you're a counterpuncher. He is not that kind of fighter. He can't win this way.
Work the body, kid.
10 seconds to go in the 7th. Three minutes gone by in this round.
Pick his jab. That's right. Pick his jab. When he throws the jab, I need to box him. Wait for him to
You
go.
gotta watch the water in the corner. Too much.
Nice work. Keep it up. This guy's never felt a beat like this. Keep the pressure up.
You got any more of these?
The Lions' strategy is being put forth in a good way here. As we start round number 8, he's ahead on your scorecard, Teddy, by just a bit. Now, if he's to continue on and win this fight, what does he have to do?
Well, he can't fall into the trap, Joe, of being satisfied with what he's done. He has to keep moving forward, keep plowing that field.
Unload. Ball punch. Swing your uppercut.
Not what he was looking for. That's a miss right there by Smith. Smith's work rate is impressive, Teddy, but his connect percentage is not.
No, there's two reasons for it, Joe. One is his opponent. His opponent is pretty smart in there.
Relax,
He's not just
relax.
standing there saying, hey, hit me. He's moving, he's being smart defensively. The other thing is the punches are a little too wide. Needs to shorten them up a little.
Nice. Just like that.
Unable to make an impact there by Smith. The halfway point of round number 8.
Get focused. Work the body. Nice, nice. Punch, punch. Come on. Hands up.
Not able to land the headshot.
Double up your punch. Come on, get focused.
Just 10 seconds to go in this round.
There you go.
And that's the end of round 8. Smith's in position to win this fight. Trust me when I say that. It's a close fight. He may be trailing, but he can go out there and still take
Get him
this.
this round.
More blood? Yeah.
Your jab works good when you use it. You don't use it enough. Jab. Jab.
You got any more of these? I'll give you one. Hold it. More blood? Yeah.
Another round, and if it keeps up with the rest of them, it'll be closely contested and hard to score.
Pace yourself. That's it. That's it. Hands up. Hands up. Hey, you're not focusing. I want to see some combos. Come on, kid, focus. Keep moving, keep moving. Keep working the body. Kid, focus.
Doubles up the jab. Halfway through the 9th round. The Lions' blocking ability is doing well for him there.
Let him go. Move your head. Go, go, go. Beat him to the punch.
Keeping his hands up, getting way of his opponent's effort.
Uppercut. Whoa. Keep working the jab.
Way to block there.
Good.
Last 10 seconds of the 9th round. I don't know, Teddy. It just feels like one of those nights, one of those fights where somebody's getting hurt, where this is not going to the judges' scorecards.
I feel like I'm in Coney Island watching one of those hot dog eating contests where somebody's going to try to eat 50 of them, 60 of them. In other words, he's not worried how he's going to feel at the end of the night.
Keep your hands up.
We got it.
Listen, I'm not gonna stand here and watch you take those shots, you understand me? Let's see some defense and more punches.
And now they start round number 10. Well, supposed to be fighting, but instead he's hugging.
Focus! Jump on it.
Oh, and he's going to the body well. Good defense, just covering up down low. Blocks that belt line well. Solid right hands headline that exchange.
Keep working the body.
The Lions' defense is paying off now. parries that punch intended for the head. And you can see he wanted to do that as he holds on there. Halfway through round 10.
You got this one. There you go. Look at it. Unload. Ball punch. Side to side.
You can see he's trying to score up top, but off the mark there. Counting down towards the end of the 10th round, 10 seconds to go.
You're okay. Don't worry. You're doing fine. I need you to move your head more, side to side.
Yeah, we'll get him.
You need to capitalize on his mistakes, okay? I want to see that counter hook. Make him pay for his mistakes.
All we need is water up there, and that's it.
Almost done. You had in that round.
11th round now underway. Let's look at Teddy's scorecard. Well, he's got a comfortable lead according to you, Teddy.
Yeah, he just sat and had a very nice dinner. You know what? Don't be a garfone now. Finish up, clean yourself a little bit, use your napkin, walk away from the table, go digest your meal. Have your win.
The Lions throwing lots of punches and not many are landing. But what's that old saying? Hey, you put enough out there, something's going to stick.
Well, at least he's controlling the rhythm. He's keeping control of the pace right now. And at least when you're throwing, your opponent, for the most part, he's being handcuffed a little bit.
Smith's proving to be elusive.
Hands up.
90 seconds to go in this 11th round.
You need to keep that head moving. Do it again. Working that box. Work. Looking good.
Able to cover up that gut. Smith's making me wonder if his legs are really, truly underneath him after being stunned earlier. He is not in good shape. He could be on the deck in moments. So swiftly able to turn defense into offense. Nice counter punch.
And what you're noticing here is his opponent is starting to be a little wary of letting his jab go, because every time he jabs, he gets caught.
Last 10 seconds. And the bell rings, signifying the end of the round. The Lions in a position now where he should be able to bring home a win. If things stay the way they are, he's clearly headed towards a win.
Yeah, I have my head on my scorecard, but he has to make sure he doesn't, like in football, go into that defense. If he starts just moving, just staying away a little bit, now the things that were keeping his opponent from coming in that front door, well, guess what? They're not there no more. His opponent could get back into this fight.
Cut when he comes forward. You're fighting his rhythm, okay? Don't fight his fight. There's no...
They meet up one more time. The last round has arrived. Keeps his hands up defensively, protecting the head.
Focus, keep working the jab. You gotta protect yourself. Mix it up, mix it up. Keep moving, keep moving. Keep moving.
Dismisses his opponent's headshot.
Kid, focus.
The Lions missing the mark by a mile. That just was nowhere to be found. Halfway through this 12th and final round. Last minute of this last round. And you see he turned defense into offense, comes back with the counterpunch.
And that's exactly what he brings to the game. He makes you miss, he makes you pay, and he makes you think twice about throwing a punch later on.
You're still not moving enough. Move, move. Unload more punches.
Last 10 seconds of the fight. Covers up nicely, gets rid of his opponent's body shot. A consistently strong performance tonight.
You don't have to be a calculus major to score this one. Just put those 10 nines together.
And our ring announcer is standing by with the official decision. Listen, he was the better fighter. He was the busier fighter. He's the fighter that absolutely deserves to have that unanimous decision go the way it did.
And you never like to say this, I say it in jest, but this is one where you could have made up the scorecards before the fight. Unfortunately, sometimes these judges do. But tonight, it turned out okay.
For Teddy Atlas, I'm Joe Tessitore. Thanks for being with us ringside.